Welcome back to the drawing board. My name is Mark Saxton. Once again, thank you for joining me for yet another week. And I'm going to talk about a few things that maybe you're tired of hearing of because you heard it all week. And then I'm going to talk about some upcoming things. But let's get started with our Friday night beers. Just for you guys. Cheers. That's what it's about right there. That makes it all worth it. Put one of those guys in. A little 9 milli vanilli gum pilly going right there, lower decky. And let's get at it, dude. I want to talk about the Gold Cup. I know it's been talked about all week long. I've been at work, haven't had a chance to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it, dude. I just, it is what it is. I called for the United States Mexico final. I got it. We lost 2-1. I did call for a 1 goal differential in that game, whether it been extra time or penalties. Speaking of penalties, I don't like the new rule. I don't like the new rule. I think that was a handball. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I agree with Pochettino where, I mean, come on. He landed on the ball, obstructed the ball for movement. I don't care what the new rule says. I don't agree with the new rule. Now, I'm not saying the referees got it wrong. The referees went along with that rule. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do, right? They called it the way they were supposed to call it, not against the referee's call when it comes to the rule. I don't agree with the rule. I don't like it. Like I said, he landed, completely palmed it like he was fucking Michael Jordan in a basketball game. Not a fan, dude. Not a fan. Um, Listen, that was the most obvious thing I wanted to, address. Let's be real though. Even if the United States did get that, I'm not saying they would have won. Mexico did very well drowning out the offensive players that did well the entire Gold Cup for the American side. But what I want to address on that side though is a lot of people say, oh well, Luna was silent. He didn't do anything. Well, Arston did well getting open offensively in that wide position from a defensive side, forcing Luna to play defensively virtually his entire time out on the field. So to say he was silent, I don't like. I don't agree with. Um, to say Burhalter didn't do his job. Beautiful cross in that 4th minute, connecting with Richards for that goal. I mean, there was a couple of giveaways that I could care less for, but ultimately playing strong, playing that Mexican game where he's frustrating, getting in their faces and doing exactly what the Mexicans do every time. It didn't work out in our favor, but I mean, what more can you ask of the guy? Ream did good. Freeze, I think maybe he should have stopped the one. Nonetheless, I don't think he had a poor game. I think it was an entirety of being drawn out and worn down defensively. I mean, Malik didn't get to do much. I mean, Amin Young was virtually asked out because he was forced to be on the reactive side instead of the proactive side. Had some beautiful runs, had a couple of opportunities. I don't know. Everyone who was saying that the United States is outclassed didn't watch the game, or they're just one sided. I don't think we were outclassed. I think we were definitely outexperienced. We had the talent. Diego Luna did his job defensively, shutting down who he was supposed to shut down. Arston could have had a better game defensively, but even then, even the first goal that Mexico scored. I mean, we're talking that much of a foot, and it would have went wide. I mean, and then it would have been a 1-1 game, and that was a beautiful header on the Mexican side coming in, and that pass into the middle. No, he was not offsides. I knew it live. It was a beautiful play. Can't hate on that. And honestly, I think Freeze was leading more on that he was offsides instead of reacting. But even then, I mean, in real time, you're asking a lot of any goalkeeper at any level to get to that ball. It was a beautiful play. So I mean, still at best we're 1-1, not knowing what would have happened late. Um, that's the same thing to say if that Mexican side was given a penalty on that handball, right? I mean, let's say the United States ties it. That's not saying that they're going to win. That's not giving them the win in the bag. So Pochettino, I think, did a damn good job getting our boys out there with what little we had. We had 5 injuries, 3 players couldn't make it, and then Pulisic in the win. I think Wes McKennie, Serginho Dest, and Reyna were in the World Cup for the clubs, and then Pulisic in the win, and then you had a list of injuries. So what I think is smart, right? And like I said, everybody once again going back where Pochettino, he sucks and this and that. Then we started winning. Then we win the semis. All of a sudden, everybody's behind him. Hey, he might have something figured out. We lose in the final. Well, he should have substituted quicker. He should have brought these players on. He should have done this. He should have done that. First of all, everybody can be an armchair quarterback. I'm with Clint Dempsey here. I believe in the vision that Pochettino has. I mean, he's brought back pride in the American soccer team, in my opinion, and the position that he's at now. Just like I was saying last week, now we don't know what's on the bench. Now we know exactly what's on the bench. But yeah, there's going to be some starters that are going to have to answer, and they're going to have to come in, and they're going to have to play with pride, and they're going to have to prove their position. Now the positions are up for grabs. I do say Musa, Pulisic, Timothy Weah, I think they have their position safe. I think Serginho Dest has their position safe. I don't know about Reyna. I would use Luna as a center attacking mid. The pride that he plays with, the hustle that he plays with, why not give it an opportunity to make that World Cup, not only make the World Cup roster, but make that World Cup debut. So Pochettino, I cheers you, sir. I do not think that you're far off. I'm glad with the message that you sent to the players that this is about the crest, not the name on the back. And anybody who says that the United States were just beaten because they couldn't keep up is either one side or they did not watch the game. I was very disappointed with the officiating at the very end. The officiating throughout the game, he let everything go on both sides. There is plenty of times that the Americans should have had a fucking foul with a direct kick or even penalties. But the same thing on the Mexican side. There was a couple of questionable challenges that more than a couple, if I'm being fair, on the American side where either they should have gotten a set piece or maybe even a couple of penalties. Nonetheless, he let both sides go. I think that referee did a good job letting the boys play. Let them play. I think I would have liked a little bit more calls, but once again, if you're going to call it, you're going to call it both ways, and I think he did just that. What I didn't care for was the Mexican side doing what they always do, taking easy dives, wasting time. I understand that that's the dark arts of the game. I understand that's a part of what happens when you get into a lead against a rival late in a final. I understand that. Doesn't mean I have to like it. I don't like it when the Americans do it. Play them straight up. Let's prove that we're better. Unpopular opinion, maybe a hot take. I don't know. But like I said, I think he could have done better managing that time. I don't think that 7 minutes was enough personally. But it doesn't matter. The Americans put themselves in that position, if we're being completely honest. So, no. Like I said, Pochettino, I think you did a great job. The United States men's national team, I think you did a great job with what you had. I am sick of that term, the B team. I think you guys deserve much more credit than that. I think you guys displayed pride. I think you guys displayed hard work. I think that you guys displayed keeping up with one of the better teams in the world, right? I think Mexico is according to the FIFA rankings, which you can't take to the bank, but they're in the top 15. So, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, here's the thing. Even if you want to talk about the Americans' first goal, I mean, they didn't have the goal, the ball crossing the line technology. The VAR wasn't top notch. It's a CONCACAF fucking final, and we don't have all the technology. Come on, boys. Of course, everybody's going to talk shit about CONCACAF. We need to get behind that. We need to get in front of it. We need to make sure all the technology is there, especially when the Americans and the Mexicans play. It is what it is. Nonetheless, not the result that the Americans wanted. It is what it is, but we can build from this. I think teams grow better from diversity than they do success with such a young squad when you compare it to when we play with the Giants, right? The Timothy Weahs, the Reynas, the Pulisics, the Musas, the Jedi Robinsons. I mean, the list goes on. I digress. I'll get off my soapbox. Let's go into the MLB All-Star game. Cannot wait for this. I want to touch on the National League. If you do subscribe to the channel on E5280 Sports, when you watch On the Mark when on the mic, I've discussed this. I want to touch on it a little bit more. In the National League, Manny Machado got the nod for the starting third baseman. I'm going to grab my notes here so y'all know I'm not bullshitting. But the notes here, and as of last week, Manny over Max Muncy. Now that funky Muncy, right? They say because he's a Dodger, basically, in my opinion, he deserves it more. I disagree. Manny batting 292, Muncy batting 250. Manny in the National League, the number 10th ranked batter. Muncy, the number 56th. He's got more home runs than Muncy. He's got better fielding percentage. And over the years, he's got less errors. It shouldn't even be fucking close. We're hating on the Padres because your TV fucking told you to. Your TV told you to love the Dodgers. Your TV told you to love Shohei Ohtani, who gambled on the game, but everybody's going to believe the fucking narrative that it was his colleague, his translator. Boys, let's get back to reality. The Dodgers are the enemy. I don't give a damn what anybody says. The Dodgers are the enemy. The TV wants you to love them because it sells tickets, it sells views, it sells everything else. Ultimately, Manny deserves the nod. He is not even close. A way better third baseman than Max Muncy. Now, I'm not trying to shit on Max Muncy. Max Muncy's a great ball player. Great ball player. So, Max, you ever see this video? I'm not even shitting on you. I'm just saying, when it comes to numbers and it comes to what and who has provided in this game as of recent, Manny's got your number. It is what it is. Everybody has those moments. Doesn't mean you're a bad ball player. Now, so for the starters, catcher Will Smith from the Dodgers, first baseman Freddie Freeman, nothing but respect for that man. Ketel Marte, second base. Manny Machado, third base. Francisco Lindor with the Mets. Ronald Acuna Jr. Pete Crow Armstrong, who's having a hell of a year in Chicago. Good on him. Kyle Tucker, and the DH being, of course, Shohei. And I think that's a popularity contest. I don't care what Dodgers fans say because they're well, Tatis has the numbers. Period. Tatis has the numbers. You can say Shohei has the numbers. Fine. It's fine. But everybody was voting on him because of his two-way game. Remember that? Remember that argument? Just saying, he just barely started pitching again. Going to the American League, Alejandro Kirk, big boy behind the plate. Good on you. On the reserves, I just wanted to throw that because he's not going to start over at Cal Raleigh, who's also going to be in the home run derby. Cal having a fucking year. I tip my cap to you, sir. I don't know what it is. I like seeing the Mariners good. I don't give a damn. Vladdy Jr., Gleyber Torres, Junior Caminero, Jacob Wilson, Aaron Judge. I think that's a popularity contest. There's no question in my mind that he's a great ball player. He's a phenomenal ball player, can hit the ball. But I don't know. Jacob Wilson, Riley Green, Javier Baez, who's had a bounce back here in Detroit, and Detroit's just doing phenomenally this season, and Ryan O'Hearn, excuse me, and in Baltimore. And I mean, I don't know. The American League has had our number for I don't know how long, but this year I expect an upset. I expect an upset, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the National League can do. A few of the Padres have made it. Fernando Tatis being on the bench, and Jason Adam and Robert Suarez from the bullpen. I'm very excited that that National League team is stacked. They have an opportunity. I think it's going to be fun, folks. Monday and Tuesday, the 14th and 15th. Please watch the home run derby. Watch the All Star game. Going to be good times. My money is on Cal Raleigh to win it all. Maybe it's a front runner. I don't care. I would love to see it. I think that would be a great ending to that story. Let's finalize this video with our Fuck It Friday bets and cheers, boys. We're going to drink and gamble like degenerates this weekend. I'm taking San Diego FC over Chicago Fire at a plus 140. Detroit over Seattle at a minus 127. The Dodgers over San Fran at a minus 144. Padres over Philly at a plus 129. And Taliesin Teixeira over Derek Lewis at the UFC Fight Night tomorrow night at a minus 298. Dude, $5 wins you $111.15. Make that paper. Let's have some fun. A lot of sports this weekend. Let's get in it. Let's have a fucking weekend. Let's have a night. Let's have a night. Once again, I'm Mark Saxon. This is Back to the Drawing Board. Thank you for joining me once again. And if you follow, make sure that you get on Sunday evenings for On the Mark when on the mic and follow all of our tags and all of our platforms on E5280sports.com. And once again, let's have a fucking weekend, boys. Let's have a weekend. Drink some beers.